Hey guys, it's Ty with DIY Space. Today I'll be showing you how I put together a DIY Unraid NAS box. Initially I was going to go with the off-the-shelf route by buying a QNAP NAS box. I did buy it during the Black Friday sales of December 2020. It was a 4-bay NAS box. But within the first 2 weeks, I quickly discovered that the result, the performance I was getting out of it, didn't quite match up to my expectation. I was expecting a plug and play seamless experience, but my experience was far from it. It was plagued with issues ranging from software to hardware issues, and I was just fed up of it. Not just me, I also spoke with my brother who had advised as well to get the QNAP NAS box, which sadly I regret. And he also did not have a seamless experience, so he ended up even returning it. When I was just chatting with him, he told me, oh yeah, he returned it and it was giving him too much headache. And he ended up buying just an external hard drive. But for me, I want a NAS box solution, so I have decided to go the DIY route. But I didn't want to spend too much money upfront. So what I decided to do was I was gonna build something that's very, very low cost and cheap. So I decided to go straight to marketplace, and then I looked for people that were looking to get rid of their old junk computers. I said, okay, I'll come to their places, help them pick up all their old trash, and then I'll take it to the recycling. So before taking it to recycling, I went through all of them to find parts that I could reuse, and I was successfully able to find myself a Asus motherboard. I've also found a AMD Athlon 640 processor. I found four gig DDR3 RAM, as well as a case. But I ended up still having to purchase myself four hard drives, 3 terabytes, and then I used SSDs from old laptops I had from the past as well to use for my SSD cache. I also did buy myself a 4 interface NIC card because I was trying to get as much throughput on my network as possible. I mean, I have a Cisco 3750X network switch that's capable of port channel, so it kind of makes sense for me to go that route without having to spend all the money, spending a lot of money getting a 10 gig NIC card. I mean, eventually down the line, I'll consider upgrading to that. But for now, I'm trying to keep costs low and performance as high as, or maximize my performance. But come now, let me show you what I have been able to build so far. Let's go. So here is the dashboard for the software that powers my NAS. It's called the Unraid, and this is version 6.9.1. And the dashboard kind of is an overview of all the things, on all the things running on the server, as well as the specification. So over here you have the name, how long it's been running for. You can kind of see the processor and now it's the statistics and how the processor and all the cores are doing. And you can kind of over here see the NIC cards that I mentioned and the port bonding, and now we can see it's on the 5,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5,000 megabits per second. And we have the two fans here. They're not powerful enough to be able to do the cooling of the number of hard drives I have in there. So an old fan, standing fan in the house would do the trick for me for now. So, and another thing is I have a bunch of Docker containers. So this NAS box, like I said, controls my media player, which is Plex. I'm able to run all of my media libraries. I also have Nextcloud, which is the equivalent of Dropbox, except that I am self-hosting, so I'm able to kind of view my files and control and take charge of my own file. I can kind of log in and do all that stuff. If I could do a quick login and see what's in there. So right now it's locally hosted, so I have to VPN back to my house to be able to access the file. So I'm not worried about my files getting hacked, right? So you can kind of see I have a mail server, I have all this other stuff, but that's me delving into something completely different right now. We'll go back to this one. and we can kind of see the virtual machines. I have Windows 10 and I have Home Assistant, which is just in testing phase for me right now. My main instance of it is running on my Raspberry Pi 4. But then we have a bunch of network shares as well. So kind of move things around there, and then we look at the array, a bunch of disks, my parity, and then the 3 other disks, and then here's the cache pool, and you can kind of see the utilization right now. It's probably I'm gonna have to run the mover script, which is gonna move all the files from here and move it into this pool. That will run later in the midnight. It'll run later at night when I'm in bed, so it doesn't affect the performance of my overall system when I'm actually using it. And then we can kind of go down to the main. It's basically just all the drives, the shares. This is where you set up shares, and then you can check, you can set permissions for folders and things like that. Then we go down to the users, where you can add, or remove people. And then settings, that's a whole lot of different things you can do on this thing. I think this just on running down on Unraid itself, it's probably I could have a whole video on it, just kind of walking through all the things and the functionalities, right? Then you have plugins and the Docker container. So over here I could spin up a quick Docker container. So let's try out, say, Wireshark, for example. Just gonna apply, and then we'll see, just like that. And now I have a Docker instance of Wireshark. I didn't even have to go and start looking for all the libraries and all the different softwares. And now it's gonna spin up Wireshark pretty soon here. It's just taking a little bit of a time. Let's make sure it's started. Yes, it is started. I'm just gonna go back to the GUI again. Okay, looks like it's there we go. It was just taking its time. So now with Wireshark, you can kind of sniff all this. Basically a packet sniffer. I can sniff all the packets going in and out through all of my interface. And if I had a wireless card here, I could also do that with the wireless traffic. But that's just one of the things you could do with Docker, just right there and then. And then we can go down. This is the virtual machine manager. That's the page where you manage. You can add your VM. You can add different VMs in there. Then you go down to the apps. This is where you can add plugins and all this other fun stuff, right? If you're looking for backup stuff, cryptocurrency, downloaders, all of them. It's a whole lot of stuff. And then this is just one of the plugins I downloaded just so I can keep track of my network stats. And then you have all the other tools that you can use. But that's just basically Unraid in a nutshell. It's a very powerful application, and I think I like this better than the QNAPs and the Synology of the world. I love control of my data. Here is my Plex server. It is hosted on my Unraid DIY, and I'm able to stream 4K content on my projector of my Fire Stick as well as my TV.
Na skórze, mimelinę, rasizm.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel today. If you would like to see more content, please like, subscribe, leave comments on what you like to see. Thank you.